Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. Want to talk about health and really having good health is not that complicated. It's not that hard. You have to understand the basics and work with like everything in my world, the simple facts, and work with these facts to try to, like I say, improve your health. Now, the thing is, I've noticed, I've been doing this for about 15 years now in the way of helping people. And I've noticed that they're getting younger, unhealthy people all the time. And I think what it is, they just don't have enough sense to realize what they're doing to themselves. And their parents, you're talking anywhere from 30 to 50 years old, aren't giving them the proper guidance like they should be. Now, you have to remember, all health, good or bad, is based on toxins in your body. Now, these toxins, we allow these toxins to enter our body. That's the first problem. And then the next problem is we don't look for means to get these toxins out of our body. Okay, toxins. Maybe you don't understand what toxins are. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about toxins. And what it is, toxins is anything that enters your body and your body does not find useful in being productive for the body. And in other words, if whatever it is, if it can't use it, the body considers it toxic, and then from that it tries to eliminate it. Now, there's a lot of things that aren't really toxic when you use a little bit of it, and then as you consume more, then it becomes more toxic because your body is unable to get rid of it. Okay, so the first thing, the trick to good health is less toxics going in and more toxics coming out in your urine and your bowel movement. So you want stuff going in that's easily processed by your body and then eliminated. Okay, example of some good things is water, and good, fresh, good, clean water. That's probably the number one valued element that your body needs to have. Now, I'm not talking about flavored water like coffee, soda pop, this type of stuff. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about pure, clean water. Okay, now a good way to measure your water intake, how much water you should have. Most people, I want to say between 1 and 2 liters a day, really closer to 2. But it depends on the physical size of the person and their activities. So A good way to measure your water intake is the water you eliminate. In other words, when you go urinate, you should have a glass of water also. In other words, you're eliminating water, and when you eliminate it, you're eliminating between 12 and 16 ounces of water. So that really should be about how much you should consume. And that's just on the urinating. That doesn't count sweating. And like me, I was riding on a motorcycle. When I was riding on the motorcycle, I'd be drinking a gallon or two a day. I'm in tropical country, and so the heat would pull the fluid out of my body. So as a matter of fact, there'd be times I wouldn't urinate the whole day long, and all that water is just coming out of my body. But I still have to consume that water. But that's an extreme condition. But now I've noticed, now I don't really run around in the tropics so much. I'm in the tropical mountains now, and now I've noticed when I urinate, I go on and drink some more water. And this gives time for the water to come back into the kidneys. And then what's happening, when you urinate, the water is going out, toxins are going out with it. But that only applies if your body is in good shape, especially your kidneys. So if your kidneys are swollen, then they won't really eliminate the water that well. And anytime you have low back problems, more than likely you're going to have kidney issues. Now, when you look at it through the medical world, they could do their tests and they won't find anything because they don't test for toxins. Anytime you have, if you hit your elbow and then your elbow hurts, you poke on it and it hurts, it's swollen, it's holding water, and this water is full of toxins, and that's why it hurts. That's why you want to bring the swelling down. When the swelling comes down, now your body can heal. Well, it's the same thing going on in your kidneys and low back. And I've talked about why that happens. But I say, you still need to have good, clean water. You have to be consuming good, clean water. Okay, and that's for your kidneys. And that takes care of water-based toxins. Now you also have oil-based toxins, and that's what goes through your liver. And that normally comes through your diet, the kind of food you eat. And so when you're eating potato chips, French fries, this type of stuff, that's grease that you're putting into your body. Milk is one of those things, but it's got other things besides just the grease in the milk, but it also leaves a residue. Milk leaves a residue, and we talked about that, how the residue messes up your digestion. So that's why you shouldn't be having any milk or dairy products. So any type of greasy food is going to bring grease into your system. Oil. About the only oil that I know of that's halfway decent is extra virgin olive oil. And the rest of it, your liver has to process it. And it has a difficult time processing it if you give it too much. And once you get too much and you have a hard time having hard time processing all that oil or grease, then you lose the bile that you need to do the digestion, and you'll have swelling of the liver, and same thing, the gallbladder, this type of stuff, in which will affect your digestion. Talking about digestion, that's one of the reasons why you eat easily digested food, and that is fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, and like rice, this type of stuff. It's easily digestible, and so the more easily digestible the food is, the easier you're going to have your bowel movements. It's going to come through much better. So, and then in other words, you're putting in less toxins and more toxins are coming out. Now, I'm not saying, you know, be a vegetarian or anything like that. Just like anything, you need to be aware of what it is that you're putting in, and too much of anything is bad. And I say, it's just what is too much, that every person is different. And but like I say, once you wait and you find out, a steak a day is too much, well, once you figure that out, it's probably going to be a little late, and you probably end up spending the rest of your life trying to eliminate all that meat. And it's not just beef, it's chicken and about everything else. Now, fish is easier to digest, but the bad thing about that is a lot of that is radioactive now. So you just, I don't know, you're just gonna have to figure it all out. But like I say, these are things you need to consider. These things you need to consider when you're trying to at least not hurt yourself. And lifestyle is very important also. I recommend a lot of people to go dancing. Dancing is a good way to get exercise without pounding exercise. In other words, without putting a lot of stress on your joints. So dancing would be good. A lot of the other stuff is more time consuming. Like swimming, that would be good. But like I say, when you're dancing, you're also doing some other good things, and that is mentally and emotionally. You are making contact with other humans, and that's healthy for you also. So that's something that you need to consider. Some kind of exercise that you can do, stretching, yoga. I have found yoga, and that's because of the pelvis. People that do yoga seem to have a good pelvis. And we talked about it, when the pelvis isn't right, it affects your urine, and then you start holding water. But that's what I've found is yoga is a good exercise. Personally, I use Tai Chi, and I do stretches in bed. And so none of it is high tolerance for me. So less stress on my body. And like I say, I'm able to stretch, move those toxins. Once they're moving, then they can be eliminated. When they start storing up someplace, remember, like arthritis, okay, that's because you're not getting good circulation. And so you need, like I say, vitamin C to start getting everything moving good, getting good circulation, and that type of stuff. So lifestyle and playing and having fun is very important to good health. And last but not least is rest. Rest is very important if you're looking for health. So in the way of snoring, if you're snoring, that stops you from getting good rest. And really, you need to eat supper early, and that will allow the food to be digested before you go to bed. Like maybe 5 hours before going to bed, you eat 5 hours before going to bed. This way, all the food is already digested. And then, because once you go to sleep, then your body will start slowing down, calming down, and then that's when your liver will start working on all the oil and grease and nasty stuff in your body. That'll start taking care of that. During the day, your kidneys are doing eliminating water-based toxins, but at night is when the grease-based toxins are coming out, and that's through the liver. And I made videos talking about that, how each one of these things work. And don't forget, you need to drink water when you first get up in the morning, because Your first thing you want to do is urinate, and like I say, that's through the night. You've just letting everything drain down, and now you need to get some water in those kidneys. So you start with at least 16 ounces of water to start the day. Even before you eat, before you do anything, get a 16-ounce glass of water. But anyway, this is just simple, basic ideas on how just to hold your own. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.